Hello everyone, welcome to this requested video. I'm looking forward to this one. So we're going to dive straight into the introduction, but before we do, let's address the elephant in the room. We have our capo on 7th fret. 7th fret capo, because we're in the key of B, and I find it a lot easier if I am in the key of B to come up here to 7th, play an E for B, and an A for E. It's just much easier shapes up here. And we'll be using those as we go through the song, but not on the tabby bits. So starting with the tabby bits. And just a quick reminder, my right hand is using Pima fingers, so thumb is going on all these bass notes, E, A and D, index on the G, middle finger on the B, and then ring finger on the E. And I might have to move it down there every now and then because it's likely I'll get inaccuracies, shall we say, a lot of ghost notes, because that's just going to happen. I know it's going to happen. But hey, we'll persevere. We'll see what we can do. So let's look at bar 1 into bar 2, because it's a phrase anyway, and I keep playing too many 4s. So let's do it. So in terms of timing, we're in 4/4 time, nice and friendly, and you're just going to go T, T, coffee, coffee, T, T. Those inaccuracies I told you about, but don't worry, I can always move my hand. So let's talk about the fingers I'm using. So I've got my index finger, my pointy finger over here. I've got my ring finger over there on 4. This guy is just, he's hanging loose. He's not really being used. If I shove him out the way, you can see what's really going on. So ring finger over there on 4th. I'll just pause here briefly just to remind you that because the capo's on, I didn't want to write 11, 12, 9 because I thought that could get quite confusing for people. So I've treated it as if we're in open, which is why you'll see 0, 2, 4, 5. All right? So I know, I'm aware, I can see I'm on 12, it's okay, it's all right. So you're not going mad, all right. Unpause, carrying on then. So ring finger's on 4, and then my little finger is over there on 5th. Okay, I've got to bring this guy back, and I'm going to come back down here so that I don't have too many inaccuracies. So here we go, we'd go. T, T, coffee, coffee, T, 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 because we've got that little rectangular rest, which is worth 2 in bar 2. So again, T, T, coffee, coffee, T, 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 T. And then I'll count you in and we'll see if we can do it together. 1, 2, 3, 4. T, T, coffee, coffee, T, 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 T. Good. And I'll do it with numbers as well, just in case you prefer numbers. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool. All right. Now, if you need to rewind that, please do. I've got a lot to get through, so I'm going to keep going. You can see in the next 2 bars, bar 3 and 4, it's nearly the same. We're just going to move this 2 down 1 to the ground. So it's over there now. So now my open note is now the A, like so. But this bit over here is nearly exactly the same, but we've got a 2 and a 4. So you can see I just flatten my index from there. So I've gone 0 to, I'm going to move these guys back because they'll make a mistake. So 0, 2, and then I've got my, come on guys, get it the right way around. I'll move him out the way so you can see what's going on. So 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 5, and then I flatten to get to the 2. So I am plucking the B, but rather than worry about it, I'm just going to flatten the finger and then reach over with the ring finger for 4. So let's do it again. I'll try and keep this guy up here this time. So flatten. Okay, and then let's put in all the T's and coffees. So we'll go T, T, coffee, coffee, T, 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 T. And again. T, T, coffee, coffee, T, 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 T. And of course yours will be better because you won't be playing here. You'll be back over the sound hole, the pickup, whatever you're playing on. This works on electrics as well. And with a pick as well, if you prefer, you just have to move across. Okay, and with numbers, you would go 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool, okay, so let's count you in and see if you can do that. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, by all means, don't feel you have to go full staccato on me. You don't have to go. You could just have. is a little bit nicer. It's because I'm concentrating too much, guys. That's all it is. I'm concentrating too much. But yeah, you get it nice and smooth. Let's see if we can do that top line now, because I suspect you can. So from the beginning, just the top line. Let's do this. So moving back to the 2, thinking about my ring finger over there, little finger over there. Okay, here we go. And again, I'll try and leave him there so you can see what he's doing, but forgive me, my friends, if I get a lot of this. It might happen. Here we go though. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Super! And again, if you need to rewind it, please do. If you need to slow it down, here's the little graphic to remind you how to do that. You click the cog, you say playback settings 75, and you're good to go. All right, moving on. Next line, can you see you've played this already? This is the beginning. So you're good with that. And this time I've replaced the minim rest, or the half note rest, the rectangle, with 2 lightning bolts, 2 crotchet rests, or quarter note rests. So many different names, but it's more graphic that way. You can see it's 2 beats that you wait, and then you're into a nice little easy. I quite like this. This is like a I'm thinking of mnemonics and I'm like, how would I even describe this to you? It's like a T-dump, 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 T. Yeah, let's go with T-dump, because normally we have it the other way around, right? But we'll just go T-dump. So T-dump, T-dump, T. And you can see it's nice and easy. You're just plucking the A string and that B string together for the 2 and the 0. And then straight away with my ring finger over here, I'm hitting the E. Like that. And then after that, you get a nice sort of slide opportunity. So I slide up, in this case to 12. If that helps you here, it might help you. I found it was helpful to memorize 5 was 12 just for this little ending part, not anywhere else. So it to each their own, right? But yeah, so it would be 5 and 7. It's kind of like a power chord shape, if that helps. So think power chord, pluck the A, and you get a very sweet little A up there. So let's do that again. So that's what we're aiming for. So in terms of timing, again, we're going T-dump, T-dump, T. And if you're playing this on your own, you're not with the record, then you can slow down to get to this bit. You could go nice. So that you get it nice and crystal clear, you know? Because there's no rush if you're not playing to the record. Oh, cool. All right, let's do that whole line again, because like I said, you already know how to do that. So you'll be fine. So we're going from, well, the whole of line 2, basically. We're going to do the whole of line 2. I'm going to use mnemonics because I think that's easier for this line. Okay, and counting you in. 1, 2, 3, 4. T, T, coffee, coffee, T, 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 dum, T, dum, T, slide. Lovely, good. And there you go, that's the intro. So, moving on then. This is more a case of what am I doing whenever the piano's on the record. So I'm sort of going. So I'm heavy on my upstrokes whenever it's a verse, essentially. I start with a pinch. And then I'm going by my ear. I'm going, which bass note do I like the sound of most? I think that sounds the nicest. So I'm going between a higher E rather than... because I feel like that's a bit intense. So I might pluck this one first, and then go to the D string. So you pluck all 3 together. So that is the E string, the G string, and the B string. Pluck, holding down an E chord, in this case. And then move the thumb over there to the D string, and then just keep alternating like that. So again. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's what I tend to do. There might be like variations on that, but that's generally what I'm doing. If I go to an A chord, I'll probably do the same thing. Let's see. Yeah. So again, hitting the A string instead of the E. I could hit the E, but it doesn't sound as good. Can you hear it sounds a bit weird? Like I'm suspending something, but if I go from the A string, I'm good. So I want it to sound a bit piano-y. We've invented a word. So there you go. Okay, so in the chorus I'm strumming, so I'm just going to pick the B to the A. Remember I told you I use a B5 and a little bit of sus because I don't do anything like this. I'm just going for the whole thing because I feel like that's, I don't know, it's in theme, right? It sounds right to me. and then I'll just slide it sometimes just down to an A2. So again, I like that suspended feel. It's very, I don't know, it feels very typo negative. So that's all I'm doing in terms of the chords. You'll notice I didn't do it that way. Absolutely up to your hand and your preference. It doesn't matter. So long as you're playing the chords, you're good. And then let's look at the strumming pattern then. So let's get me in the groove. So we're going down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, down. One more, here we go. So that gives you the vibe, if you like, that nice heavy, weighted feel to the strumming pattern. And I know what I'm like, and I might change it slightly as we go on, and I don't mean to. It's the hand when it gets happy. It might put in a few extras, but that is the core, if you like, of what's going on. You could simplify it and go down, down, up, down, down, up. But you lose something by doing that, and it sounds more like a country ballad. It's like, yet in the dark, still he screams your name. But I bet there's some of you sat there going, I quite like that actually. And that's fine, that's absolutely fine. It's very much up to you. So in which case you're just going down, down, up, 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 down. Now I should mention the second line in the chorus is slightly different. You've got your nights living death with which rhymes insane. So you kind of skip a beat to get to the A. You do have the option of playing the riff. I'll just quickly walk you through the riff because you might not want to do that. If you're in the throes of strumming, you don't normally want to stop and do a riff, but I'll put it there anyway, just in case. So the riff is just going to be T, 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 dump, T, dump. So T, 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 dump, T, dump. One last time, and I'll count you in for this one. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. T, dum, T, dum. There you go. That's what's going on underneath. But if we were strumming it, let's go back to what we were doing before. So a full bar of B and then a. So you could just split the not the bar, but split the strumming pattern if you like for the G to the A. So it's probably something like that I would do to try and keep it simple for my brain. Otherwise I got to think too much. That sounds good to me. Okay, and then if we whiz you ahead, let's look at the solo next. Okay then, let's look at the solo. So we're coming at this from the idea of that this shape over here would be our F sharp power chord. Okay, so the 2 and the 4. But we're doing it with different fingers because of the shape we're going to end up in, to be honest. So I'm going middle finger, the naughty finger, middle finger over there on 2nd fret, little finger on 4. And then I keep this 1 down in the right place. Come on now. There we go. So it should be where your G sharp would be if you were playing an E, if that helps. So it's over there, 1st fret on your G string. So you're going to go T, T, coffee, coffee, and then that's your first bar, and then you're coming over there. So you might want to take this 2 off so that you can move nicely. And you go T, T, coffee, T, 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 coffee, T. Ooh, little slip there, but that's all good. So let's put that bar 1 and bar 2 of this line together, shall we? So we're going to go I'll count you in as well, because you're probably pretty good at sight reading if you're tackling this song. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Tea, tea, coffee, coffee, tea, tea, coffee, tea. And quick word, I like to do a hammer on there. I'm hearing it on the record, so we want to hold down the 2, throw down the ring, throw down the little finger. The ring is, he's just hovering. He's not really doing anything. It's kind of in the way of you guys. Try and move him out the way. The main thing with hammer-ons is try not to overthink them. If they're too soft at this time, and you get that kind of thing, just means, well, in this case, can you see I'm not aiming for the right part of my finger. I'm on the squishy bit. I need to be on the bone. It's very gross, but you'll get a better hammer-on if you aim for the bone. So the very tip of your finger, but that said, I'm still not completely on the finger. Hopefully you can see by my railroad lines, it's not completely on the tip, it's slightly underneath it. So don't feel like you have to be at that kind of angle to achieve it, okay? Wrist love, as always. Don't do anything that's going to hurt you. Okay, so we'll do those 2 bars again, and I will count you in, and we'll use numbers to help us out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and... Okay, I'm going to move you on as always. If you need to rewind it, please do. We've still got a little bit of a way to go. The next line, or the next bar, sorry, is almost the same. We've moved from the F sharp in the bass to the B over here. So your 2nd fret on your A string, sorry. You're playing the note of B, in theory, if the capo wasn't there. But yeah, 2nd fret on your A. And we're leaving the 4 there. And this, I left this 4 in there because then it's the idea that this is the B power chord, yeah? So 2 and 4. Don't worry if that's all new to you. You don't have to know this stuff. It's all good. So anyway, so they're filler if you like. The ones are the important bits. And you can see the rest of it is the same. You've done that already. So the only thing that's changed is the fact that we've changed the bass into a B chord. So let's see if we can do it. So bar 3, counting you in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tea, tea, coffee, coffee, tea, tea, coffee, tea. Not bad, not bad. All right, and then let's just do the whole line. You can do it. You can do it. I have full faith in you. So the whole line, nice and steady. Here we go, counting you in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tea, tea, coffee, coffee, tea, tea, coffee, tea, 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 coffee, coffee, tea, tea, coffee, tea. Okay, and I should mention, as always, with everything I do on here, with every tab I make, it's subjective, right? If you don't like the 2, 4, you don't have to do it. You could just do the 2. And then go from there. So I'm not going to cry over it if you don't like it. It's fine. Like I said, the 1s, you can hear it is, because that's from the record. That's the bit you remember, so that's the important bit, so don't leave that out, okay? Alright, next line. Again, it's almost the same. Well, it is the same as bar 1 and 2 of this section, so you've already done this. This is where it changes, and this is a handy little riff because it repeats 2 more times after this. So let's look at this riff. I know you can do those 2 bars. Bar 1 and 2 of this line. So we're looking at bar 3 and 4 of this line. So just realised this guy slid away, didn't he? He snuck away. He was like, no. Let's bring him back. So A string, D string, still D string, back to the A string. And I want you to hold that down. I just didn't tie it because it can look quite messy on these tabs and confuse people. But you hold this 2 down. And you can see you just play it again quickly just before you go to that A string. Okay, so let's look at these 2 bars together. So we're going T, 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 coffee, tea. Which I find very difficult to count. Full disclosure there, guys. I find it a lot easier with mnemonics, with T. It's because I'm a little bit of a hybrid musician, okay? I can play by ear, and I learnt by ear alongside learning classical, so I'm this weird mess. It's a mess in my head. So I prefer to feel this. You might prefer it too, and that's fine. So you might prefer to just go, okay, so T, 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 bam, bam. And then I was just thinking of an A down here. Because I quite like the punchiness of that. So by all means feel it. For those of you that can't feel it, we'll try it again. I will keep persevering. So I'm going to go T, 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 coffee, T, T. And again, I'm laughing at myself, don't worry, not at you. So T, 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 coffee, T, T. So there you go, that's what's going on. Let's do this line then. So finding the 2, finding the 4, finding the 1, counting you in. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, you will notice I do like to end that with an A. And I do like that because of all these fiddly bits. I quite like to just keep life simple. And especially because after that you're going into a bar chord anyway for F sharp. So if anyone doesn't know F sharp, quick little tutorial on that. You bar across 2nd fret. Again, pretending we're in open, guys. Try not to let that capo phrase. So 2nd fret, bar right the way across, and then it's an E major shape with your fingers. So A string 4th fret, D string 4th fret, and then G string 3rd fret. And that will give you F sharp. And then we're back to our old strumming pattern after that. I like to slide it down to E like that so that I'm not taking fingers off to do this, because that's harder. Whereas if I'm just sliding, much easier, less work to do. And you can see that riff comes again after leave her alone. And then you're back into it again. So that riff does keep coming again and again. Alright, but you more or less know enough now to tackle this song. Okay then guys, let's go all the way through. I'm not going to play too much of these fiddly riffs because I feel like going from chords into them is not always as clean as I would like it to sound. Also, sometimes it can sound really empty. It would sound better if I had a band backing me up, or at least another guitarist, right? Or a bassist. So you'll get the intro riff out of me, and then my little... Oh, wow, that was a bit rocky. But then you'll get my little piano backing, and then a little bit of that strumming, and then I'm just going to stick to the chords of the intro riff, and then back to the piano, back to a chorus, and then I will do the solo though. It does sound a little bit empty, but for the sake of you seeing how it fits in, I think it's worth me doing. And yeah, that's it. I'm not going to play the after I've done it in the solo, because again, it's one of those things where I feel like it doesn't sound as epic when I'm strumming. It just sounds a bit like, oh, that's a bit weak. But it does still fit in there, and I will still do the chords of it. Bum, 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 like so. I don't think I'm going to go bum, bum, though. So there you are. I hope that makes sense. Let's do this, shall we? Enough talk. 1, 2, 3, 4. September sun, blowing golden hair. Now keep in mind, son, she was never there. October's rust, bisecting black storm clouds. Only the deaf hear my silent shouts. Yet in the dark, still he screams your name. Nice living death, with which rhymes insane. 10 years of mass, para totally vida. Lost man in time, was his name Peter. September sun, rotted flatbush porch. I would have run then, had I known the cost. Autumnal rays turned your eyes to stone. Did it give you pleasure to steal okay, and then that ending, it just fades. You can just choose wherever you want to end it, either on the F sharp or the E, completely up to you. I was just feeling the F sharp, I don't know why. And yeah, as you can see, just sliding between those. What other notes have I got for you? E to A2. I was using a lot of A2 rather than a full A. So I always say it's like swinging your legs over. Here's your E, and then you just drop these two down one. So this one you can't hear, it's just behind it. But it allows me to have an anchor so I can get between them really quickly. So that's your September sun, blowing golden hair. And I think that was all the little things I did. I think I did something weird on the last me. But you'll be fine with it, so that's okay. I figure I'm allowed a free pass, right, if I get that far through the song. Comment down below how many takes you think that took me. Alright. Thank you very much for watching, guys. As I said, this was a request video. It's one I've had on my to-do list for a long time. So it feels very good to finally get it done. I hope you enjoy it. Typo Negative are awesome. So, thank you very much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.